And we're live. Hello, pretty ponies.
All three of you.
Yes. We have with us today our special guest, is KP.
Hi, all
Yay.
three of you.
Yay.
You
So far. Uh,
guys better have like 1,000,005 questions. We gotta fill an hour. Come on, keep them going.
yes, we got a show to run. Alexia. Alexia is a returning, is a very loyal viewer with us. She actually did the design for our t-shirts, which is really cool.
Is it the artwork that you're using for your mascot right now, or is it
Uh,
different?
it's I think it's different. The one that we're using right now is our staff artist Karen, who also goes by Once Upon a Doodle.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's actually the artwork that's on the T-shirt and my picture here.
that's right. Put up here for the viewing audience. Yeah, that artwork. I mean, it's tiny right now, but it's really nice.
I like it. It's cute.
Yeah, she did a good job on it. She just surprised us with a stream. Okay, people are asking how you are, KP.
Um, I am okay. Real life stuff is a pain, but at least I get to come home after my day and not not hopefully be too sick, but I should be over it by the end of the month. Well, the end of mid August is what they estimated me at. So,
Good.
how are you guys doing?
Yeah, the only bad thing about the stream is like with the chat is it's always delayed.
I can
That's
see that.
about yeah. Like I think it's different for different people too because I think mine is like on a 30-second delay, while a lot of people it's like only 10. But I'm also like streaming it and like from this, although uh, Google has kind of made it independent, which is weird and freaky. Like once you start the stream, it takes on a life of its own. You don't need the host anymore.
Pretty soon we'll all be out of jobs and the robots will take over the world and
Right?
you know,
It'll be just like Futurama.
we are totally off the topic, I think. This isn't about ponies.
This isn't, yeah. But yes. So are you excited for the con?
I
In
am,
October?
yeah. It sounds fun. I haven't been in to the area since Midwest Bernie Fest. I think almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Year
was
year and a half.
year and a half, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like barbecue. So, and I like
It's a good place for it.
yeah, I mostly like barbecue. and the horse people. So
Yes. Oh, I love the community here. I've been going to that convention like since it was Silly PhillyCon, and they had to change it. Like it was like a little 1 day, 1 room convention
mm-hmm.
started by my friend John, and got to watch it grow, which was awesome. And we
So,
start off. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so this is the third time the name's been changed.
No, just this is a second. We're actually not affiliated with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Affiliated. Horse puns.
Go home.
Go. You're something we can't say because it's a family-friendly thing. You've drunk too much cider. There we go. Um. So anyway, Yeah. So last year it kind of collapsed a little bit, which is sad, but we're trying to fill a little bit of a void left in its wake.
It's really good because you guys already have kind of a niche community already carved out for the most part. So, all you got to do is really maintain that. You don't have to worry too much about like trying to track all these new bronies, that are coming in 7 seasons after the show started.
Exactly. People want to know where Chipper is. Chipper is at work right now, actually. Otherwise, she'd be joining us. That's a very good question. And yeah, that is where she is. She had to work, unfortunately. But yeah, what were we talking about? I'm sorry, my mind is like Swiss cheese, especially after an 8-hour day of work.
Yeah, I feel you. I didn't have an 8-hour day of work, but I have equally draining in life stuff that's going on. So,
right.
Life. Can I just be a horse 24/7?
Right. Just like Hitchhiker's Guide. Life. Don't talk to me about life.
I haven't gotten into Hitchhikers. All I know is 42 is a thing and is a meme, and that's really it. I'm not really a big Douglas Adams fan, so.
Yeah. Oh, I discovered him in high school and loved him ever since. He's very not going to get into like religious topics. One of the things we try to avoid on the stream, but he's very atheist for me. That's all I will say. Like, but I respect his view, and he's very funny.
Yeah, that's true.
Was.
Or what? Yeah, well, he's dead now. Spoiler alert. But
yeah. Spoiler. Yeah,
but
I got into it like Hitchhiker's Guide like a couple months after he died, which is the weird thing.
He touched you from beyond the grave.
Exactly. It's like, I wish he was alive to experience iPhones, because he would have loved that.
I had to read one of the Dirk Gently books for like my second semester of English in college, and I just hated it. So I was just like, no more Douglas Adams. I'm done. I made it through, but I hated it. It was just all over the place.
It is. I think
it's one of those things like series of unfortunate events where it's better in a visual setting than as a novel. So
yes, we should. Yeah, I agree. We should get back to Pony real quick.
All right.
That's what we are here for. But yeah, so you've been That's kind of a bad question, because of course you've been keeping up with the show.
What do you mean? I live in Equestria. What show is that? No, okay.
What is this TV you speak of?
What is this TV? Yeah, more or less I've been keeping up with the show. Luckily, a lot of my content was already recorded before I got sick, so I was not as behind as I would have been if I didn't record anything. So I'm done with all the scripts of the pre-hiatus season. All I have to do is record the Perfect Pair one and the one with Pinkie Pie meets the Yaks. The Perfect Pair one came out really good. I'm pretty happy with that one. And then the Yak episode, which I don't really care for at all. It's kind of like the one we did this week. I just didn't care about it. But the thumbnail art's cute, so whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I've already recorded the Discord episode and all the other ones, and I think a bonus one where I talk about Equestria Girls because we needed that for an editor test for someone. So
nice.
All of that, and then we have the fourth Equestria Girls for BronyCon, and I haven't decided what to air at Candlelight KC yet, but it will be something new that you haven't seen before, so you should come to just all of the panels that I have.
Yes.
So it's between an animatic project and probably an animation at this point. It just all depends on timing and who can make it to the con and stuff like that. So
Cool. Sounds fun.
I'll be looking forward to that.
Oh yes,
hey,
and hi,
it's a new
Mark.
guy.
Hey.
This is Mark. Mark Burgett. He is one of our staff artists.
Okay, hi, Mark.
Hi, how's it going? Nice
Good.
to meet you over Google Hangouts.
Yeah, you too. I like how this call is supposed to be pony related, and then we got 2 horse avatars and a furry avatar and like a regular not horse avatar. It's confusing me, but
that actually goes on my business card. So
professional
Yes,
not horse.
You're looking at his art right now.
Cool.
But yeah, we are also trying to focus on the furries a bit, trying to do like not just furry friendly, but just place where they can come, like, and not just be like tolerated, but actually belong.
Tolerated.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I feel like it's the reverse for bronies and furries. It's like, I'll tolerate you bronies.
Right.
Admit it, you're a furry already. Never.
Yeah, I think I might be borderline at this point, but
I mean, you have a furry avatar. You're already done. I hate to break it to you.
exactly. I have a pony on my wall drawn, like, of my OC drawn by Tony Fleece from last year. It's over. It's next to pictures of Tommy Wiseau and my family.
Okay.
I can attest to that. Yeah, Tommy Wiseau is I think it's right to the right of that picture of your whole family, Albert.
Mm-hmm. Yes, my entire family.
No, I just imagine like Albert has like he's got his family and then he's got a picture of Jesus and then right above it there's a picture of Tommy Wiseau.
But I bought the script from him, like the script for the room.
Mm-hmm.
I asked him to like sign it personally to me, and he was gonna sign anyway, but it's like, "Can you autograph it to Albert, please? Thank you." And he not only did that, but he included like a headshot and autographed that. So it's like, this is going up on my wall.
I just feel so bad everyone likes him ironically.
I know.
And he'll never know, or he'll never really understand it.
I think he does. But he's may not be good at the film stuff, but he's good at marketing.
Yeah, fair enough. Are you guys excited for the James Franco movie?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I saw that teaser the day it came out, and I was rolling at that scene. And I just find it perfect that Seth Rogen is playing his co-director.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we are. I am getting notes. We are all inclusive.
Yeah.
I have to include that. Okay. Yes. So ponies and furries.
I thought this was the Tommy Wiseau convention.
Right? Oh god, RuneCon would be awful though.
Or amazing.
Amazingly awful.
Exactly.
Amazingly awful.
But yeah, I am sad to admit that I am about a season behind on the show.
Yeah.
Which, I need to get on that because I'm missing like the Patton Oswalt episode. I'm missing.
That was a good episode.
It was a good episode.
So I keep hearing. I love Patton Oswalt so much. The Perfect Pair episode. Need to get on that. Applejack Parents.
Are you sure you're a brony?
I know, right?
I think he should turn in his card right away. You can earn it back once you catch up, but right now I think you should just your brony card should just be revoked.
You've been demoted
get out of
to
this
furry.
chat room.
Aw. Well, okay, nice knowing y'all. Bye. leaps off the chat. Yeah, the movie. Thoughts on the Emoji Movie? What?
I'm a little scared to see it, quite frankly.
It's trending on Twitter right now, and people are taking screenshot of the Rotten Tomatoes reviews, and it's.
Oh,
I'm having fun here.
What's the percentage?
0.
good question.
Oh.
Really?
So far.
Oh.
You know, the thing is, I somehow saw that coming. Now I want to see it just to see how
it's gonna become a cult movie. I'm just
is it probably?
Do you think it's the? Do you think it's going to gain food fight status?
Oh.
I mean,
can I just read some of the reviews that are my favorite?
Dude.
Okay.
The Emoji Movie is almost as bad as and brutally depressing as everything else in 2017.
Oh. Ouch. Oh my. Oh jeez. But yeah, that was a suggestion from the chat. Talk about the Emoji Movie.
Yeah.
It's one of the darkest, most disturbing films I've ever seen, much less obscenely made for children. Okay, I'm done.
Oh wow.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the previews for it because I really don't care for it. But yeah, all I see are like the posters, like in the bathrooms of theaters of
movie theaters.
The poop emoji. Yeah.
Poor Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart is in that.
Yeah.
He's the poop emoji.
No.
Well, it's I will say it's a far more dignified role than Ben Kingsley's role in The Love Guru. How do you go from Gandhi to that?
Right.
You don't think about it.
Right.
Yep.
Don't worry about it. So anyway, yeah, Emoji Movie. God, I'm still trying to wrap my head around the animation style for the Pony Movie, though.
Yeah, like it's weird.
It's wonderful. I love it, but I'm just like staring at it, going, "How?"
Yeah.
Like it's like, is it being hand drawn? Like what's like? I don't know.
I can explain that. So basically, the backgrounds are rendered in 3D, and it's animated in Toon Boom because Toon Boom they can do more frame by frame stuff than in Flash, which is what they use for the show. So because they labeled the Flash as too cheap, quote unquote, for a movie, which I think it would have been fine.
Right.
It would have been fine, but you know, I'm not sure it really has the capabilities to do what they need.
Yeah, fair enough.
For it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, Toon Boom, interesting. Like,
I actually talked to a few years ago. I was at Kansas City Film Festival, and I had a conversation with Stephen Franck. If you don't know who he is, he worked on Iron Giant.
Nice.
And he was
there
actually. Yeah, he was there actually promoting the Smurfs short that he directed. I think it was Legend of Smurfy Hollow or something like that. He talked about how they ink digitally, still animate on paper. Do you think they use that same method in animating the Pony movie?
I doubt it. I think I don't know Toon Boom per se, but I'm sure it's kind of similar to the show. I mean, like traditional frame by frame is pretty rare these days, unless you're doing it for the art, kind of like Disney did with the Princess and the Frog.
Well, no, that's how a lot of Hollywood studios still do it when they do 2D animation, unless of course you're animating for a TV show. I think they animate directly on tablets.
Yeah, but I mean,
But
like they
for
don't use
major-
the
major
paper and
motion-
pencil. Yeah.
For the they do for the major motion pictures, and I know that John Kay still animates on paper before inking in Toon Boom. But I just wonder if they did that. But I wouldn't be surprised if they did it either way, because the movie looks like, yeah, as good as it looks like it's still on a bit of a budget.
It looks like what I would imagine the inside of a Lucky Charm looks like.
Yeah.
Because it's so like colorful and it's like in your face colorful. Like I just hope I don't get diabetes by the end of it, you know. But I have to see I have to see the animation more consistently than what I have in the trailer to really kind of decide if it works, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, for me it already works, but that's largely because I kind of expected a bit of a change. I did not know if they were going to use Flash, but I definitely expected a step up in quality and probably frame rate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. First time I saw the trailer, I likened it to the animation style of Lilo and Stitch, only slightly upgraded. Like this, that's what it reminded me of, anyway.
Definitely has around the same color palette, Technicolor ponies notwithstanding.
Yeah, just ultra smooth. Everything looks like it's slightly 3D, like all the character animations, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I saw EQD do a comparison of like what Canterlot looks like in the show versus what it looks like in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. Like it's more fleshed out and less fleshed out at the same time. If that makes sense. Anyway. Let's see what's going on there.
And what do you got for us, chat?
Let me see if my Twitter has anything. No, I don't know.
All right.
By the way, I'm not at my computer right now. Are the usual suspects on the chat, Albert?
Alexia, check. Ooh, we got some new people.
Oh,
Soundboard.
I love new people.
Hot Creations. Ooh.
Are they with you,
Yeah.
KP?
No, Soundboard is. I assume the rest are. So, glad I brought you two people. But,
Ooh. Yeah, getting a lot of. Oh, I see the GIF you chose for.
yeah, there you go.
That's nice.
So, KP, if you don't mind me asking, is YouTube your full-time job right now, or do you work another job on the side, or just?
No, the channel's nonprofit, so that answers that question. So I pretty much work. I pretty much work as much as a part-time job here and there. Sometimes, like, I have heads of staff, kind of like you mentioned, but they're in charge of making sure people meet their deadlines. But sometimes I have to step in because, like, for this week, for instance, one of my editors called him in or something, and he works like 8 hours a day and has no time to do anything. So, like, okay, I'll babysit the people for a little bit. But, you know, that's kind of the production team is nice because that's kind of the way not only I can, but everyone can kind of just do, like, you know, a fair amount, but still enough that they can do and still make the channel work and still have weekly content and all that good stuff. As far as real stuff, I've been really sick this past summer, so I haven't really messed with that, but I have a film degree. I can't get a job. I actually I asked John's agent about that, and she gave me some leads, so maybe that will, I don't know. And then And that's really it. I might go back to art school, but that's my
fellow film degree here. I feel your pain.
What is your production schedule like? Usually on a good week.
Okay. On a good, there's a difference between on-season and off-season schedules. It's been kind of messed up. I caught myself. It's been kind of messed up this season 7 because, as you guys know, the like Australia or someone was airing like episodes early, and everyone obviously sees the episodes early that way. Like the Perfect Pair and the Discord episode weren't even supposed to be a thing yet, but everyone already saw them. It's great. So traditionally,
that was weird.
Yeah, it makes my life harder. So traditionally, I release the review for the episode Thursday after the episode comes out, which is pretty much full time for that editor. It's one editor usually on it, so because the videos take like, if you think about it, like 40 to 60 hours, maybe that's a high estimate, but around there if they're less experienced, maybe. And it's just back and forth. What it is now is I record scripts as I kind of go. So, and then I give one script to one editor, one script to another editor, and then all these videos are made at the same time. So
nice.
it kind of, like, not only is it nice because everyone can kind of work out their own pace within reason, but it also, if something happens, like I've had it a million times where, something happens to the main person doing what we call the weekly reviews, and the review is late or whatever. But this way, if something happens, then we can just substitute it with another video to be uploaded. So
it's a good system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, KP, what kind of stuff would you like to see at the con?
Besides John Delancey, obviously, I think we've already explored that one.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Just go kidnap him. No one will know. No one will miss him.
No one will know for a few days.
If you ever want to see John Delancey again, send us 1,000 Discord plushies.
Oh.
But I don't know. We can talk about my sleepover panel idea, which I think is going to be fun.
Oh yeah, that sounds amazing. And that's describe what that would be. So
the sleepover panel, which I don't think the staff has decided whether that's a VIP, not a sponsor exclusive panel, or just a panel, because I know we're going to probably have food, so I don't know how that's going to work. But anyway, regardless, buy a sponsorship if you want to go to the sleepover panel, because I assume. But anyway, it's going to be PJ themed, so it's probably going to be like 8 or 9 p.m., I imagine. Everyone comes down from the hotel in their PJs. I'm going to probably pick out some new PJs. I really want this Area 1 suit that I have my eye on. And we're going to watch some Kim Possible, and we're going to do trivia, and it's going to be like the chill, ask KP about life advice kind of panel. It's like a sleepover, and, I don't know how many girls there will be, but we can always do like nail polish and makeovers if we want to.
It's probably have to be a girl thing.
I mean, I don't care, yeah, but
right.
Probably ought to also show the episode "Look Before You Sleep." It would go well with the party.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, that's right. Good old season 1. But yeah, and you'd be showing like Kim Possible episodes. Yeah, I think I mentioned to you like in our first chat that I've never seen an episode of Kim Possible. And
you're missing a lot, actually.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah,
and it's blasphemy to tell that to somebody named I Love Kim Possible a lot.
Well, by saying the username, you automatically like Kim Possible a lot. So you're lying to the audience.
That's true.
Yeah.
So maybe you should come to the sleepover panel so you can watch Kim Possible.
I actually am considering that.
Yeah.
Educate yourself, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't impressed with too many cartoons that came out between 2002 and 2009. But Kim Possible was one of the better ones. So it was definitely worth watching throughout those years.
Yeah, I remember. I did not. I unfortunately did not have cable growing up, except for between like 93 and 95, which that's where I get all my Nickelodeon uh, references. But just those 2 years of Nickelodeon. Uh, but I was in Shriners Hospital when I was 16 for 2 months, and long story, but they had Disney Channel, so that I had limited access to Disney Channel at that point, and they were introducing this new show called Kim Possible. I'm like, So Kim Possible is tied to memories of that. I mean, not bad memories, but it's just like that's kind of where the base is for me in childhood.
I just thought I'd let you guys know I got to step away for a bit. I'll be back.
Are you driving?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Can you hear his blinker?
Yeah.
For real? Oh my god. Okay. Cool. That's actually kind of funny. Oh, from the chat, if Maleficent and Ursula were to fight, who would win?
Maleficent. Is this a Descendants question?
Yeah. Descendants. What?
It's like this.
What is Descendants?
It's like this Disney thing that they're all like. It's like a shipping fan fiction of shipping the children with each other, but it's like a real thing. Oh my god!
Like a real thing on Disney?
Yeah. So you have like the daughter of Maleficent, and then like the son of Jafar, and then the daughter of Maleficent falls in love with Beauty and the Beast's son. It's all silly. And
wow.
Doesn't it sound like fan fiction?
Yeah, it does.
The thing that really bothers me is like, so it's obvious like there's a male and female for the good guys, but a lot of those villains were killed off in their movies, so I want to know about that. And B, who are these villains reproducing with? Because it's only like one parent in the shot. It's great.
Yeah. Are the actual villains like in the show, or is it just their kids?
A little bit about the recast. So Christian Chenoweth, which is in the Pony movie, is Maleficent. So kind of works, I guess.
Yes. We're getting in
a really confused way, but
yeah, we're getting
it's not canon, so don't worry about it.
Right. It's like the Uncle Grandpa episode of Steven Universe. This isn't canon. Although I never got that because he learns to use his shield in that episode, so it's kind of important.
It was all a dream. Just he learned to do it in sleep. I fixed it. You're welcome.
Exactly. Lockhart says is a ripoff of Ever After High. I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, and Monster High and Equestria Girls. It's kind of Disney's brand for all of that.
Yeah. Did you know that there was going to apparently be after the success of Muppet Babies, there's going to be like a Muppet set in high school type of show?
Ew.
I know, right? And Muppet Babies is a weird enough concept anyway. Just like, excuse me, that was actually my introduction to anything Star Wars because the TIE Fighters are in the opening sequence. That show can never be released on DVD because of all the copyright stuff they would have to get cleared.
I haven't really seen Muppet Babies. I know it's a thing, but I just remember that episode of Drawn Together, which was parodying that, and that's kind of my basis. And the animation looks kind of weird, but
yeah, it was standard early '90s
cel-shaded stuff.
Yeah. I find the history of the evolution of Saturday morning cartoons fascinating.
You can tell. Well, it's
now, yeah. I mean, Saturday morning cartoons don't exist anymore, but like we have Cartoon Network.
I'm really surprised that how much Nickelodeon is milking the nostalgia dollar lately. Have you seen some of their marketing stuff that's been releasing? They got the Hey Arnold movie, and then they got like Invader Zim movie. I don't understand what I was angry about this morning. Like, I get why Invader Zim is having a movie because it never got its series finished. Same with Hey Arnold. Why is Rocko's Modern Life getting a movie? Like, who?
I think I can answer that. I think because the basic premise of the show is like, you know, him dealing with the modern world, and the modern world has changed over the last 20 years. But yeah, it looks like exactly the same as the 90s show.
Yeah, for that. The animation looks like pretty much the same.
Yeah, like they make fun of iPhones. I mean, low-hanging fruit, but you know.
Okay, I'm back. What did I miss?
Hey, 90s nostalgia with Nickelodeon. Alexia is back. Yeah, Alexia had to step away because of technical difficulties.
We know all about technical difficulties.
We know all about. Yes, one of our streams, KP. I think we might have told you a story.
Two of our streams.
Yeah, it's. We're trying to broadcast live from like Kitty and Mark going down to Tokyo and Tulsa.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. It was. I mean, in retrospect, I mean, we expected we expected to go to kind of cut out somewhere during the journey, but
like an hour in.
But
no try.
But we ended up taking the scenic route from Kansas City to Tulsa, and ended up cutting out much earlier than we thought we would because there's no cell towers out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I was at home base, broadcasting alone. I'm just like, welcome to KDRP. I just started playing music and DJing for like 3 hours.
Yeah. It was a good way to keep the people entertained, since they did not get the stream they came for.
They got back to the hotel. It's like, let's see how the stream went. It went 3 hours. Cater, yes. Let's go to the chat here. Has anybody asked anything on Twitter? On the Twitter piece?
Talking about Mark. I'm checking. I retweeted my thing, but I can ask more questions if we need to.
All right.
And then
Alexia says, because Rocko's Modern Life is amazing.
The art style for all those like early Nickelodeon shows, like it's weird. Like can't tell if I like it. Like the Real Monsters is weird.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Ginger's, as told by Ginger, is super weird. Like the eyes are, that's gross.
Have you talked about Rocko's Modern Life yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
That's my personal favorite.
I don't get the appeal of Rocko's Modern Life. It's because he's cute.
No. Well, no. It's I find in my case I find him relatable. I mean, when I was a kid, I was a typical boy. I loved gross out humor, and back then I liked it for that. But when I got older, I bought it was actually I actually bought it when I first moved out of my parents' house, and I found it was at that point where I found Rocko to be the most relatable cartoon character in my life at that point.
Mm-hmm.
It be largely because there was actually a lot of strange parallels between me and him. Like we were both struggling financially at the time. We both we both had two friends that would just mooch off his stuff, and it's like for me it's the humor, but I mean for me it's the way I find it relatable, but it's also legitimately very humorous.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, the only thing I was super young when, like, Rocko's Modern Life came out, I have very vague memories of it. I must have been like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So, not to make you guys feel old, but
You're good.
I just know that Rocko's Modern Life, like, today is famous for all the jokes it got, like, it snuck in there. Like, I know there was we can't talk about it, obviously.
Some of those jokes were very blatant. And,
Yeah.
it's like who did they pay at Nickelodeon to let that slide?
Yeah, I do remember. Like, I didn't get it. I was a kid. I was like 7 or 8. So we're not that much different in age. But excuse me, I knew that there was a joke with the restaurant that was like, I didn't entirely get it, but I knew it was kind of a naughty joke. And I did note that they changed it to the chunky chicken later because the producers were like, "Wait a minute."
I know what you're talking about too.
I'm gonna Google this. I'm curious.
Yeah. KP, what is your favorite Kim Possible episode? Question from the chat.
I like the drama. I don't have a favorite, but I have a couple of my favorites. So that one, and then Graduation, which is the series finale, and I like Rapid Draken because Draken was actually my favorite character. I like Kim a lot from an aesthetic standpoint. Like, I love her design. I drew her all the time when I was little. I still draw her. She's one of my pure muses when I was very little. But Draken, the more I've aged, Draken has kind of been. He was the thing that made me laugh as much. You know, like, Kim doesn't really make you laugh, but Draken's just like klutzy and
he was the bumbling buffoon that a lot of villains were during that time, and even a little before.
Mm-hmm. And like, what I love about Kim Possible is like all that like stuff. They just kind of made it work with it. Like, not necessarily like, well, not only the characters, but the banter that they had. Kind of like Ron, especially, it just kind of made it work, I think, and it resonated with me deeply, obviously. But
yes, I love Kim Possible a lot. I can see it resonated with you.
Now, that was Ron was another aspect I liked about the show because usually in children's shows it would be so easy to make him the token boy in a girls show, but he was actually very very essential to a lot of episodes, and actually in addition to being the comic relief, was kind of the other extreme to Kim. If it doesn't make sense what I'm saying. It's like
it's okay.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, I know what I'm trying to say. It's just that it's been a while since I've seen Kim Possible. I need to refresh my memory of it.
You should go to the sleepover panel too. We'll have we'll have.
Yeah. Well, why not?
It's like everybody will be like, I remember this show.
Yeah.
Oh, I looked up the reference, by the way. That's interesting.
Which reference? Oh, the
restaurant.
Yeah. For the box art, for the I know, also low hanging fruit, but enjoy that for the box art for the DVD set. They did reinstate that name in the background art.
Yeah, it was, and it was also everything on the box art was drawn by Joe Murray himself.
That's true.
Yeah.
So that Alexia asks, do you have a favorite Brony musician?
I don't really listen to Brony music, and I don't think anyone's new has really come from the scene.
Yeah.
In a while, anyway. I mean, I used to listen to Tombstone like before I really got into the fandom, but everyone listens to Tombstone, and now he's like super famous or whatever. But Not really. I like Garnica because I'm friends with Garnica. I like Europe Enigma.
Always got a bunch of friends.
I think that's that's all I've listened to. I gotta go to the concerts more, but yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, thing I really listened to of Brian music was the remixes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really liked the remixes. So I was really happy when they released an official one, DJ Code 30 Presents.
Yeah.
That was nice. Of course, I was super picky about them too, but that's a whole other thing. Let's see here. Dino is in the house. Hey, Dino.
Hey, Dino.
Another one of our regulars. And yeah, San Diego Comic Con. Ooh, there's something we could talk about. San Diego Comic Con, like all the trailers and various other things that they've released.
One of my editors gets to go to San Diego Comic Con every year, and I'm so mad.
Oh, lucky.
I'm gonna cry when the Hey Arnold movie comes out, though. I just saw the trailer, and it was like this movie has like the definitive point of all the points of all the things that are being released right now. So,
oh my
body is ready.
As it were. I actually think like they were having, I don't know if you were there that year, but it's like the year before last, they were having a Pokemon tournament upstairs from Midwest Brony Fest.
Yeah, I must miss that.
Yeah, Reggie was in the house. I didn't know at the time. Otherwise, I would have like tried to go. Oh, I'm going upstairs for a bit. Gone for 3 hours.
Well, strangely enough, that's that same weekend my church was also renting out space in that hotel until they could find a permanent home. So that was quite a surreal weekend. When on Sunday, walk in the doors, there's a pony convention. Go upstairs, you see a Pokemon tournament. Turn around the corner of the hall, there's a church.
My favorite thing, there was this right after for Fiesta Equestria, which I went to, I think, in 2015, so 2 years ago, and they were clearing the con. We weren't sure what for, but we think it was a cult because like they had those. Yeah, so we were just like these guys were in suits and they had like these weird hats, and I was just like, well, I guess to each is their own. I guess we're at the pony convention, so we were.
How long ago was this?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think Ghost was touring the United States at that time. I'm referencing a band. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like if you want to know who I'm talking about, look up Ghost BC. And
nice. But yeah, they got the Thor Ragnarok trailer out. Hulk talks. That's going to be interesting. And also Ready Player One, which I hadn't heard of until now, but looks amazing.
Yeah. Who is the? Is that's based on a book, right?
Yeah, it's based on a book. It's basically has a lot of 80s pop culture references. Like it's exactly what the movie describes, which is just this virtual world that's created by a guy who really loves the 80s.
Okay, and who's the author of the book?
Ernest Cline, who's also involved in writing the screenplay, or his directing.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Oh yeah, I definitely got to go see it because I'm a gigantic Spielberg nerd.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Speaking of that, I just saw Lincoln for the first time last night, which I liked a lot.
Ooh.
that was
Yeah.
quite a much better movie than I thought it would be. Of course, Daniel Day-Lewis is such a phenomenal actor, and he just disappears into that role.
I know.
Yeah.
I watched interviews of him after the movie, and I was just like he changes his diction when he's speaking, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, or like you're not the same person.
Right.
But I do love Tommy Lee Jones in that movie. He has the best.
He
Yeah.
does. I love it. Just like you wouldn't think that movie about 1800s politics would be like so gripping and charming and fun, but it is.
Yeah, and I think only a guy like Spielberg can do that.
Yes,
Like,
I agree. Like he's telling one of his stories again. I'm out. We have is joined Skylander Dragon. Hi, hello, welcome.
hello, welcome to the stream.
Yes. So yeah, in the excuse me. But yeah, the reference, I know there are a lot probably, but all the references I caught from the Ready Player One trailer. Iron Giant, I'm not sure what he has to do with the 80s, but there he is. Maybe they expanded a bit. Bigfoot,
Also,
if anybody remembers that, like the monster truck.
oh yeah, I definitely remember it. I actually had a remote control Bigfoot truck.
Nice. Yeah, I remember it was big. Ha ha ha. And the DeLorean.
Tell me there's a reference to E.T. I mean, it's a Spielberg movie. He's got to reference E.T. in there somewhere.
Probably. Freddy Krueger was in it briefly. He gets exploded. Like somebody, it's supposed to be like this video game atmosphere. So I imagine that it's like supposed to be somebody with a player with a Freddy Krueger skin, like avatar. Which would make a lot of sense. The most notable thing, of course, is the DeLorean.
Yeah.
Only Spielberg could get all this stuff together in one movie. It's amazing.
Yeah, but any major announcements at Comic-Con about comic books?
There's comic books at Comic-Con?
Yeah. Yeah, novel concept, I know.
Yes. Gosh, I don't know. I don't think so.
It
was
like
yes.
I mean, it used to be the place where you would get all the major announcements. Of course, in an age before the internet became common, you'd have to buy Wizard magazine to see what all a month later to see what the announcements were.
Ooh, has everybody in the room right now seen Spider-Man: Homecoming?
I have not yet.
Oh, neither have I, and I really need to get on that because I hear it's really good.
Yeah, I won't spoil anything then. That was a question from Nighthawk in the chat. My thoughts. I can say my thoughts. I thought it was great. I thought it was the best Spider-Man film to date.
That's pretty high expectations there.
It is. I know. No, I love the Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
Sam Raimi trilogy.
That's how everyone starts off. Like, I love the Spider-Man 2 or whatever, and then just like, but this movie is just so much better. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people, like, apparently it had a kind of a big drop off in the second weekend. Because I was talking to my sister and brother-in-law. Disney. We'll get to that. And their first reaction was, another Spider-Man. So I think that was what a lot of people's reactions were, even though the people who saw the movie really liked it. which is too bad, and I get that. But hey, we don't get to see Uncle Ben die another time. So,
How does it start then? Like, do they even? I feel like they just skip the origin story at this point.
they did, yeah. Have you seen Civil War?
No.
Okay. Well, what happens in Civil War? Slight spoiler. Is
I know he's there, but
yeah, he gets his introduction. Like Tony goes to his house and or his apartment with his Marissa Tomei Aunt May, and basically says, "Hey, you just won the scholarship that you did not at all sign up for," and kind of like he's already been doing his Spider-Man stuff, like with a really cheap suit. And he's like, "I want to sponsor you, basically, and give you this awesome suit, and if you come help me fight half of the Avengers." And so he's in that big battle scene, and then he's gone. And so Spider-Man: Homecoming starts with kind of Peter doing like a home movie of his experience being part of Civil War. It's really funny. So yeah, that's how they do that. Uncle Ben, I don't think, is even mentioned. Which is good. Let's see. There's Disney versus Sony. What? Hold on. Let me get clarification on this. Aunt Hottie. Aw. Disney. I don't know. Types of Spider-Man. Sorry, I'm getting fed notes.
I had my mic off there for a second.
Oh, you did? Oh, so you were talking and
Yeah, that's all right. I was like, doesn't he even hear me? It was like, I just, but then I turned.
Sorry.
No, I had my mic off. You couldn't hear me.
Right.
But I was just gonna say, you mentioned Marissa Tomei
Yes.
in Civil War, and I'm guessing she's also been in Spider-Man, right?
Well, yeah, of course, she's Aunt May.
Yeah. It's like that's not the that's gonna be that's not the first superhero movie I've ever seen Marissa Tomei in, if you want to count the Toxic Avenger as the first superhero movie she's ever been in.
Oh, she's in that?
Yeah, she's in the scene where KP, have you seen the Toxic Avenger at all?
nope.
How what's your endurance level for stupid movies?
I mean, I saw like movie 42. That was
Okay.
That was pretty bad.
Oh boy,
well,
I'm so sorry.
no, I don't mean bad movies. I just mean movies that are unapologetically stupid. Because this.
Yeah, that was in that camp.
Have you seen? Yeah. Has the room seen Kung Pao Enter the Fist?
Yeah.
I don't know of that movie.
Oh no!
Well, it's like the Toxic Avenger is a low budget movie from the 80s, and it is full of cheap effects and stupid jokes, and it is very, very stupid. But anyway, storyline is storyline. If I can try to explain it briefly, is a teenager who works as a janitor at a health club is being picked on by bullies, and one day they push him into a truck that is carrying toxic waste in the middle of the city, but it turns him into a giant monster that gets an uncontrollable urge to fight crime. And in the scene that you see Marissa Tomei, and this was before she was famous. This was when she was first starting out. One of the monster tracks down one of the female bullies that turned him into a monster in the health club changing room, and just as before a big chase scene starts, you see Marissa Tomei walk in walk in from the shower room and she screams, and that's her big line in that movie.
Dang.
Sounds interesting, I guess.
So,
It's Lloyd Kaufman.
yeah.
Like one of the people that came from that school is James Gunn.
Yeah.
Which is why Guardians of the Galaxy is so weird.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy either.
You what?
I still haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy either.
Oh no. It's
I'm
great.
horrible.
And
I was really mad.
I give Albert crap for missing out on a couple of seasons of My Little Pony. You need to catch up on your Marvel movies, girl.
I know. I'm just not invested. And then like I felt really bad because when I was intense outpatient for hospitalization now. When I was inpatient, my mom bought me Guardians of the Galaxy socks. I didn't know what they meant. I know and they were cool. And people were like, I like your Guardians of the Galaxy socks. I'm like, thanks. If only I saw the movies. It's like totally up my alley if I, understood things.
Right.
Can't have nice things.
Well, the good thing about the Marvel movies is you don't really need to watch any of the franchises in any chronological order. You can just start with one franchise and then move on to the next if you wish, I'd argue you can just jump right into Avengers and immediately know where you are.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Thank you for joining us, Skyler.
Yeah. New person in chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. Hey, we love it when people join in on the chat.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, one of the things that getting back to like Spider-Man, one of the things I really enjoyed. Michael Giacchino, the composer, is like one of my favorite now, like if not my favorite, and he just straight up did the Spider-Man does whatever Spider can motif throughout the film.
Yeah, nice.
I enjoyed that. Just embracing it.
I think the first, I actually, I was clearing out some stuff at my mom's house the other day, and she actually still had a copy of the Spider-Man soundtrack in there, and I noticed the final track is the Spider-Man theme covered by Aerosmith. That is such a I put that in and I was thinking this is such a weird cover.
Yeah, we have to. It's almost time to go. Yes, because that is the hour. But
KP, it was very, very nice to finally talk to you.
You too, person. I like your art.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you throughout the coming months, I'm sure you'll meet our staff one person at a time.
Like it's curious to see who like actually knows me because of my work and who like just like, oh yeah, we're riding that Kim Possible horse. I know she does a thing. Hi, Kim Possible horse.
I feel I have actually heard of you before you were brought on as a guest, but I had only seen just a couple of reviews beforehand. I mean, and you were one of those YouTubers that I would just click on if you were talking about something interesting, or at least the title implied that, and then I would immediately forget about you. And as I'm catching up on your library, I'm realizing that was a mistake. Is like, cause
I want you to watch the whole library, and we can run a Q&A, and you can ask me the most interesting questions. That's always my task for people that interview me. It's like, I've done 4 Q&As. Ask me something that's not on the Q&A, please. Oh God. Who's your favorite pony?
Yeah,
Well,
that's why I didn't ask that because it would be if it's probably somewhere in your videos that I haven't found yet. I will watch as much as your library as I can. In fact, I might watch some while I draw tonight.
you don't like she posts a lot of reviews, but like about half of them are just like topical and they're hilarious.
Yeah, most of them
like
are only like 5 minutes long, so they're
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah. And of course, as with all Marvel movies, stay to the end of the video because there's usually something extra.
Yeah, we have ending gags. So, but
Yeah, I do appreciate those.
unless you're watching the most recent reviews, because YouTube updated its analytics thing, like so they have the circles now instead of the annotations. Then the ending gags are before the outro, but usually they're after the outro. So I was sad about that, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, we must say goodbye.
Right.
So, thank you again. Thank you very much for coming on tonight, KP.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Fun chat.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now the important question is, are you
Till next
subscribed?
time.
No, I'm kidding.
That is a very good question. Experienced YouTuber.
Comment, subscribe, share, whatever everyone else says.
Yeah, please do. Please do all of that. And subscribe to KP. Go to her channel. If you haven't seen any of her reviews, it's hilarious stuff.
I love Kim Possible a lot. That's the channel. And it is great.
So do you love Kim Possible a lot?
I do. I have an encyclopedic knowledge of Kim Possible.
Dumb question.
No question.
Well, anyway, see you guys later.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.